Hey, good morning, people out there in YouTube. It's Music Therapy Laz in the Franken van. That's right. Look at that. Almost 250,000 miles. I'm going to celebrate when this thing actually hits 250,000 miles. And by that time, I might actually cross that 250,000 mark, heading down to Los Angeles this summer. That's the plan. Road trip to visit all the Van Halen sites. And the WVH Mammoth sites, so the Wolfgang Van Halen sites as well. Right now I'm just cruising through my neighborhood here. We got castles and stuff out here in Livermore. That's a vineyard. I guess somebody wanted a castle-like looking house for their little vineyard. So the vineyards that I drive by on occasion when I go this direction to some of the work I do out there in the Bay Area, the San Francisco Bay Area, and yeah, just cruising along. It's not too super early in the morning. It's about 8:15, 8:20 in the morning, and heading out to do some doors. That's one of the things I know how to do. I learned this skill from my uncle and my grandfather, who had a door shop in San Francisco back when I was a little one. I was a little kid. I remember one time with me and my brothers, we were little devils back then, bored out of our minds with my mom working with my Aunt Mary. So the two sisters working together with their mother in their seamstress shop, and then my grandfather and my Uncle Joe, whose van I'm driving. This is Bitchy's van, is what the license plate says, which means little brother's van. That's what my mom and my aunt used to call their brother, little brother. Anyway, so I put the license plate, Bitchy's van, when I inherited the vehicle. And yeah, it's gonna get striped up before I head out for that fun road trip to Los Angeles and Pasadena, California, where Edward Van Halen and Alex, his brother, started to work on some of the music that they put together and created this band with David Lee Roth. And you got some other famous people like Michael Anthony, who joined the band. Little ball of energy that he was and is still. Really, really fun band. That was like, that was the beginnings of the glam rock in a way. I think honestly, I think Bowie and people like that were already starting to do that kind of stuff, But and there were others that even Eddie fashioned his guitar striping after and things like that. This is all stuff, by the way, I recently learned getting into this whole like YouTuber guitar and gear community. Johnny Beane and Dave Nesdall, I remember catching them talking, about guitars. I think back when Johnny Beane was still in Berkeley. At least one of the videos I watched, he was still in Berkeley. And I'm like, what are these guys talking about? Eddie Van Halen? What a bunch of fanatics! What a bunch of kooks! but I didn't get it. I didn't get the whole thing. I didn't understand what it was about. It was a camaraderie thing. It's just like, if you're into anything, you're gonna kind of like, just fawn over it, and they were obviously massive fans of the band. And this recent past week, we had Wolfgang Van Halen, the Next Generation, playing the song "Distance" on the Jimmy Kimmel live show. I guess it's a late night show or one of those nighttime shows, midnight show, whatever. So I recorded it and I watched the whole show, and at the end I thought they were going to maybe have a little interview or something, but they made it pretty clear from the get-go that it was just going to be him playing some music, and I remember even partway through the song I could see Wolfgang was getting a little emotional, at least it seemed like to me, but like a pro he pulled it off, man, and thankfully that more harder edged part of the song came in right around then, Wetmore Road. Yeah, if you need to be more wet. Wetmore Road. Anyway, there's a lot of jokes in that, I'm sure. So it's a Tuesday morning, but it feels like a Monday because we had President's Day off yesterday. I don't know if anyone bought anything or got any gear. Oops, bump. Kind of resting my thumb on top of the wheel here as I'm driving, because I don't have my little holder. So we're coming through all these vineyards. Look at all these vineyards. So I don't know if you guys know, but Livermore actually had vineyards here before Napa became famous for wine. I believe the father of viticulture, as they call it in Napa, was a Hungarian named Haraszti. Haraszti Vineyards, now owned by Gallo, I believe. And I've been there, been to the vineyards many times. Anyway, but it's been a while. I haven't gone there in a while. Up ahead is a nice little, like, what do they call those gated communities called Ruby Hills, up here in the hills of Pleasanton. And we're coming into Pleasanton now from Livermore. So we're going to be heading west on Vallecillos Road, Highway 84. We're taking a long ride around the bay through the southern side because I got to pick up some materials, and then heading into Hillsborough, California, which is in San Mateo County, just west of San Mateo, downtown San Mateo, where I grew up part of my days. This is what's cool about, like, look at how they have the wall here, the retaining wall. It's done with like grapevines. It's pretty cool. I dig it. Anyway, really nice area. Really happy and fortunate to live here. But you got to make those things happen. I've lived in some other places that I'm glad I got away from. They weren't too bad, but it was nothing like where I'm living now. Hopefully we can buy a little piece of land out here someday. A little farmland, little house, little vineyard, grow some shrubberies, and have a little jam shack of sorts, right? But until then, we're schlepping it at the apartments I manage. So why else am I doing this vlog, van vlog, the Franken van vlog? I guess, I don't know. I thought I would just do a little morning thing. I haven't talked to anyone. I didn't do my Monday morning show, or was it Sunday morning show? What am I talking about? Didn't do my Sunday morning show because my sweetie and I made other plans, it being Valentine's weekend, and I tried to make a weekend of it, even though I had to work on Saturday pretty much the whole day. I had to finish the job and had to make it happen, and they kept asking me to do additional things, so that was good, because, you know, a little extra cash on Valentine's Day is never bad. I'm going for it. Yellow light. The guy next to me went for it too, so I'm all right. Anyway, heading up the hills here, up over the hills of Sunol. They call it Sunol Hills. Here in the back of Pleasanton. Thought I'd just show you guys a little bit of the neighborhood of where I live. So, rolling hills. It looks like what were those like the things that the little kids, the babies, the toddlers, like the Teletubbies. Yeah, this looks like Teletubbies land, right? These like green hills, these soft green hills. So it always reminds me of the Teletubbies. If you have kids, you probably know what the Teletubbies are, unless they're like no longer a thing. Oh, sorry, I'm on the bumpy lane because I'm slower than the other cars. But anyway, yeah, the Teletubbies, man. This is Teletubby land. So a lot of this land, I can almost guarantee you over the years is going to develop out, because there's a lot of people moving out of the closer inner Bay Area out into these areas that are originally farmland, and then they're being converted into, you know, all kinds of like suburban homes and tract homes and whatever. The Danville area and the Dublin area definitely blew out like crazy. It's still blowing out, like connecting Danville and Dublin to Livermore, where I live. But yeah, these are the East Bay Hills. So if you see up ahead, those are the East Bay Hills going down to San Jose. Do you know the way to San Jose? Ba, 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 ba. Dionne Warwick. Check it out. Some good stuff from the 70s. and 60s. Yeah, look at those rolling hills. Cool, right? Yeah. Anyway, it's starting to rain a little bit here, so we've got some greenery, which is really nice. We need more rain, obviously. But, yeah, that's what's happening here in California. Everyone else is freezing. Oh, by the way, I'm going to try to do a stream at some point this week, somewhere. It's just hard to do one when I'm not overlapping someone else, you know? That's the thing. Johnny Beane's got his Tuesday night thing that I like to jump in on. And I guess maybe Wednesday's a possibility. 7 a.m., that makes no sense. That's when I'd have to do it if I wanted to get out and get the work done. But I might do it Wednesday. I might do it tomorrow or Thursday. I don't know. My wife and I are talking about trying to see if we can get in on one of the vaccine, like where you can go walk up and take your chances, I guess, without an appointment at one of the vaccine places. So they have they have Oakland Coliseum, for example. But I keep telling her that unless it's a drive-up appointment, I'm not really interested, because I don't want to take the chance of, being standing around a whole herd of people. I don't want that herd immunity. I'd rather get the shot immunity, the one that inoculates you from getting it, rather than actually, And she thinks we got it already from NAM, but I don't think so, because nobody that I knew at NAM that was sick had any of the symptoms that sent them to a hospital. No one. And I knew just about everyone who was there. They had the worst flu they ever had, and they were talking about it was going to be a bad flu season anyway. But nobody had loss of taste, nobody had pneumonia or anything that bad. I mean, we coughed and hacked and stuff like you normally would after a bad flu or whatever, but it took about a month for all the hacking, coughing to go away. It was funny because my coughing and hacking basically all went away right before the lockdown. It was kind of funny. Not funny, but haha funny, but funny. Some of you might know that. It's from a movie. These are the Pleasanton Hills. We'd go hiking up to the top of that ridge. When we lived in Pleasanton, there was a locale where you could go into a gated community with your ID, and there was a park up there you could park and then go into the hills there. Beautiful, beautiful scenery. Anyway, look, horses. Got horses out here. We got some cows. There's a park that we go hiking at quite often called Holdener Park in Livermore that's got goats and llamas. Valecitos Valley Development, so something's getting developed out here eventually. We have paintball. You can go paintball shooting at your friends if you want. Never was interested in that kind of thing. I don't see very well to my left because I have what they used to call when I was a little lazy eye, which is called strabismus. Same thing that Pete Thorne has, except mine goes the other direction. And a lot of people have it. As a matter of fact, I found out over piecing all the information together over the many, many years that it was all caused by a man-sized oxygen mask placed on my face when I was a newborn baby, and they basically burned the muscle tissue in the back of my retina, in the back of my eye, and you can see the scarred, burnt-looking muscle tissue. It looks like burnt tissue. I had a doctor take pictures of it, an eye doctor, because he was so fascinated by it. And I pieced all the information slowly together from different sources that's why I'm blind pretty much in my left eye. I have what's called I call it a peripheral vision only. I can see peripherally in color and everything, but I can't focus, so I don't have that, two-eyed triangulating focus on an object coming at me I have a really weird sense of dimensional space compared to most people. I can't see in 3D, like when you have those 3D goggles in the 3D movies. What's weird though is if I squint my right eye to point of bad vision, as bad as my left eye, like I squint it to the point where it's almost as bad as my left eye, then I see the 3D stuff, but I can't see it clearly. I can see it happening in front of me, but I can't see it clearly. Isn't that fascinating too? Anyway, so I'm just blabbing on here because I miss chatting with you guys and missed chatting with you all, and I was not even in any of the chats at all this weekend because I was just doing stuff with my sweetie. It was a sweetie weekend. Valentine's, right? We had a nice time. I wanted to take her out somewhere, but she didn't want to go. I even offered to take her shopping. She didn't even want to go shopping on Monday. I tried to get her to go on Sunday. So I just did stuff for her around the house, you know. Checked off some of the honeydew list things, did some laundry. All that kind of stuff, you know. So it was cool. Anyway, getting on the freeway now, so I'm going to turn this off. I don't want to be, you know, caught by the cops here or something. So I'll talk to you all later. Music Therapy Laz, wishing you all a happy post-President's Day and post-Valentine's weekend week. See you in the chats, see you in the live stream soon, and rock on. And don't forget that the secret to tone is in your mind, but the feel comes from your heart. Put them together, make some music, and rock on, man. See you guys later.